Well, this is a video that a lot of people have been requesting me to make, and so I want to oblige you. Tonight is the Cotton Bowl again for the Oklahoma Sooners and the Texas A&M Aggies, and as a Longhorn alum, you probably know that I don't care too much for either one of those teams. Um, but it is probably one of the best bowl matchups of the season. I feel like I do feel like Oklahoma got jobbed, and which is weird for me saying that because I feel like Texas got jobbed back in 2008 because of Oklahoma. But if you're looking at it, you're trying to be unbiased here. You look at it. Northern Illinois didn't belong in a BCS game. I felt like Oklahoma or another Big 12 school should have gotten that spot. But that being said, we get to have this great game of old Big 12 rivals. Um, it's going to be a good one because, of course, with Texas A&M, you've got Johnny Manziel and the Heisman hype, and the way that team has really overachieved. And really, the two games they lost were two games they probably should have won. Now, there were some other games in there to lesser teams like Ole Miss and Louisiana Tech they probably should have lost. But I think Kevin Sumlin, I've said this before, Kevin Sumlin is the best thing to happen to Texas A&M because Kevin Sumlin has created. He can go into a recruit's home and not only talk about the SEC, but talk about a new era at A&M where you can forget about all the times they've underachieved, they become mediocre, things of that sort. This is his regime, and they're going to play football his way. His way is fun, and his way wins. I think, like I said, I think that's new lifeblood into that program, and I think that's the best thing that's happened to them was grabbing a guy like Kevin Sumlin. And with Oklahoma, I've said before, this is not a great Oklahoma team. When I say that, I don't think I'm not saying they're not a very good team because they are. You saw what they did to the Horns. But by standards of OU, this is not a great Oklahoma football team. That being said, they are very good. And the thing that's really impressed me the most is, although Landry Jones has not had the great season he was supposed to have, the defense at Oklahoma and what Little Stoops has done with them is really impressive to me to see how they've gotten better as the season's going on. And that's the matchup I want to see, is that Oklahoma defense against Johnny Manziel and that Texas A&M offense. And at the same time, that OU offense is nothing to sniff at as well. I think it's going to be a really good game. Crazy atmosphere. I got a buddy of mine who's an Aggie. He'll be at the game. I may be watching the game with a couple of Aggies just to see what's going on. But let's be real here, guys. Y'all aren't watching this for that. Y'all don't want an unbiased opinion about breaking down how good both teams are. Y'all want to know who I'm cheering for. You want to know who I want to win. Well, it's one of those situations where I don't want anyone to win. But who would I rather see lose? I'm going to have to say Texas A&M. Because, and I'm going to say this right now, I have still no love for the Oklahoma Sooners. But it's purely selfish on my end. Mainly because I live in East Texas back again, and there are a ton of Aggies around here. And if the Aggies do anything good, you've got to hear about it nonstop. So I would like to see Oklahoma just shut that down for just a little bit, and I don't have to listen to it too much. That being said, and y'all know how I kind of carry myself as a football fan. No matter what happens on the field tonight, you're not going to hear anything from me, whether it be online or in person or anything like that, talking trash to either OU or A&M fans. Both of those schools have proven this season they are leaps and bounds better than the Texas Longhorns. And the thing is, and also going back to who I want to win this game, Oklahoma has already proven that they are leaps and bounds better than the Texas Longhorns this season. And so no matter what happens, they've got that recruiting edge because they treated us like we were Tulane back in October at the state fair. When it comes to Texas A&M, you just don't want to give them that extra push in recruiting. Sumlin's already created a pipeline with the SEC. Manziel being a freshman and a lot of those skill guys. Right now, Sumlin is cleaning up on wide receivers when it comes to new recruits. But we just don't need that added that added pressure on Texas. But mainly, we can talk about that, but really, I just don't want to hear it from Aggies. That's really what it is. So, I'd like to see the Sooners win, but So I'm looking for a great game. I just don't want the Aggies to win, and that's just because I am a jealous, vengeful Longhorn fan. But no matter what happens tonight, I just want to keep both fan bases on aware. No matter who wins tonight, neither of you are getting the 2012 Alamo Bowl championship. Should be a great game tonight. Hook'em Horns, Texas fight, and really, maybe can they tie in bowl games? I don't know.